the weather heats up, one emergency room doctor has some tips for staying safe in the sun. I'm Bronte Sorotsky with that advice.
A London-based manufacturing company is set to bring their North American hub to Neodesha, Kansas. I'm Zach Dodge with the details.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A cool-off is coming eventually, but for now it remains dangerously hot. This is KOAM News at 6. Let's check in with Doug Heddy.
Yeah, Dow, it's been really kind of hot all week long. Temperatures mainly into low to mid 90s, and that's what we've had today, and that's what we're going to have over the next few days. Also, pretty much clear skies. Not too much is going on across the Central Plains. We do have some thunderstorms to our south, which are going to stay down there, and then some tropical moisture, which will start to head back north as we head into the weekend, giving us better chances for showers and thunderstorms. Until then, very hot, very humid, temps sitting mainly into the mid 90s, and then if you factor in the humidity, you get the wonderful heat index, upper 90s to near 100 degrees. And again, this is what we're going to see as we go through the next few days. Temps drop back through the 90s, 80s, eventually near 70 a little bit later on tonight. Of course, we're going to look into Father's Day weekend and also that cool off, all coming up here in just a bit.
All right, we'll see you then. Thanks, Doug. Well, as the temperatures stay in the 90s this week, some may be heading to the pools to cool down. Sometimes enjoying these activities in the sun can go from fun to dangerous pretty quickly. KOAM's Bronte Sorotsky spoke with an emergency room doctor as well as a local parent to see the importance of safety when outside in the heat.
As soon as you take a step outside, it's clear that summer is here. While the heat can lead to fun summer activities such as time at the pool, too much exposure can be risky, even dangerous.
You can start feeling symptoms within an hour in the heat that, you know, the greater than 90-degree heat with the high humidity. You can start feeling symptoms of lightheadedness and dizzy and things like that inside of an hour.
Among all the illnesses that can come from the heat, avoiding dehydration is key.
We can see heat-related injuries such as heat exhaustion, heat stroke, again from people not staying hydrated, in temperatures greater than 90 degrees and humidity levels being at what they are at 90 degrees, much more likely to dehydrate really quickly because you're sweating a lot, not realizing how much fluid you are losing.
One local mom who took her kids to the splash pad in Webb City to cool down has seen the negative effects of the heat on her own kids.
This summer, one of my children, it had just started turning warm. He wore a tank top and it was like one of the first days it got warm. He was outside for way too long and he ended up actually getting scars on his shoulder from his sunburn. His sunburn lasted for about a week and a half and it was terrible.
Dr. McDonald says sunburns can cause more pain than just discomfort.
Sunburns can cause you to have elevated body temperature, which can give you fever-like symptoms. They can actually progress to second degree where the skin is blistering.
While it's great to enjoy the sun now that it's more prevalent, it's important to do so in moderation. In Joplin and Webb City, Bronte Sorotsky, KOAM News.
Dr. McDonald adds that even when spending time in the water, like in the pool, you can still become dehydrated and recommends drinking plenty of fluids and taking frequent breaks. When the temperatures rise, watch out for your pets. Of course, you don't want to leave them unattended in a parked car. You should groom your pets regularly, limit exercise, and watch for any signs of overheating.
You want to look for things like dizziness, disorientation, just excessive panting, bright red gums, uncontrollable shivering. That's another big thing.
Also, avoid pavement when walking your dog. The hot surface can burn your dog's paws. A Joplin man gets life in prison with the possibility of parole for killing his son's longtime girlfriend. Ricky Lamb pled guilty to second-degree murder back in April in the death of Sarah Tominski. Happened in June of 2019. The Newton County prosecutor says Lamb told authorities he went to his son's house to scare him over a custody dispute. Authorities say the men then exchanged gunfire and Lamb shot his son's girlfriend, Sarah Tominski. Lamb says he believed Tominski was going to get a weapon. Still ahead, a manufacturer from across the pond selects the 4 states for the site of its new facility. We're going to tell you where it's landing. And the Neosho countryside is becoming even more beautiful with the addition of some art. A London-based manufacturing facility is coming to Neodesha, Kansas. KOAM Zach Dodge has details and why this is a big deal for the small southeast Kansas town.
With a population of roughly 2,000, the close-knit community of Neodesha is just one of many that make up the American heartland. And in small towns, it often can mean slow growth.
It kind of seemed like things had paused.
But over the last year or two, momentum has picked up.
We've had several wonderful things happen.
The Neodesha Promise Scholarship is giving all students the ability to attend college. The city is working to address housing.
2 homes will go there.
A new police department is being built, and a whole lot more. But they say their most recent news is among the most exciting. Saika Enterprises, a London-based company that manufactures recycled plastic composite railroad ties, is set to bring their North American hub to Neodesha.
It's a huge win for Neodesha. It's putting us on the map.
Over the next 5 years, it'll bring more than 130 jobs to the city. But there were some fears that the project may not happen. A big part of it came down to the need for a rail spur for the railroad.
We thought we had hit a wall with the rail spur, and not knowing much about that, we assumed the price was maybe $1 million or more.
A rail spur would connect the existing South Kansas and Oklahoma Railroad to the back of the building for product shipping and receiving. It wasn't until the Kansas Department of Transportation stepped in, offering a $343,000 grant, that the company fully committed to the town.
We felt that it was a good project to fund, especially with the promise of hopefully 135 jobs in the next 5 years.
Saika has started renovating the Neodesha Plastics building with hopes of opening their operations this fall, making Hammerschmidt even more excited for the future in the small town.
It's very encouraging, the things that we have going on and that we have to offer. It's a great time to be in Neodesha.
In Neodesha, Zach Dodge, KOAM News.
Watco will build the rail spur using that grant money from KDOT later this year. The Neosho countryside is becoming even more beautiful. Sandra Conrad is painting 2 murals at a ranch on Old Scenic Drive. Today she's working on a silo on the ranch. The property owner, Steve Roark, is excited about the work.
Makes us happy. We've got the 4th of July coming up here pretty quick, and we'll dedicate it probably on that day. And she just does an incredible job. Okay.
They were out of it the last
It is beautiful. Roark says the work should be finished by Saturday. The Rotary Club of Joplin today honored its Rotarian of the Year. The ceremony took place at Twin Hills Golf and Country Club. The award is given to the Rotarian who's clearly stood out in demonstrating service above self and commitment to the 4-way test during a calendar year. This year, that Rotarian is Rick Keller.
I'm just very humbled because each and every person in our club, each and every Rotarian puts service above self. Each and every person does their own good for people. They do make a difference in people's lives, so I'm no different than anybody else in that respect, or don't do it any better.
The award was designed by Joplin artist Jorge Leyva. Later, how Kansas ranchers are working to get some livestock some relief from the heat.
And are we going to get some relief from the heat? We're going to look at that coming up. Well, of course, it's been very hot, very humid for us over the past several days. Really, the past 2 weeks, we've had to deal with the heat and the humidity, but it has been slowly creeping up as we've gone through the week this week. And we're going to continue to get some pretty hot days over the next couple days. 96 in Nevada, 93 in Anderson, 93 in Miami, Pittsburgh 96, 98 in Neodesha, 96 in Independence. Also, the humidity is high, especially on the Missouri side. You can see our dew point sitting in that kind of 65 to 70 degree range. So that puts us in that sticky to muggy category. We're going to see that sticking around over the next couple days. So the result, you get the heat indices the way it actually feels. upper 90s to near 100 degrees. Most of us were in that 100 to 102 a little bit earlier today, but clear skies, nothing is going on across the region. Currently sitting at 94, south winds 5 to 10, relative humidity is at 43%. Through the evening hours, we'll slide back through the 90s, 80s, 70s, and then I think most of us will bottom out right around 70 degrees a little bit later on tonight, which is warm and kind of still muggy and sticky across the region. Few little random cumulus clouds out there, but in general, mostly clear skies. We've had a few little thunderstorms popping up to our south, kind of rotating back toward the west with our big dome of high pressure, but we should stay dry as we go through the evening hours. And you can see our area of high pressure, it is starting to break down a little bit. Jet streams picking up across the northern plains, so this is kind of the first signs that we are going to see some changes, which will move in by the second half of the weekend. Also south, we have tropical moisture, so as this moisture increases, this should become a tropical storm by tomorrow. It's going to stay to our south and to our east, but it will help bring tropical moisture in our direction as we go into the weekend. All right, tonight's going to be fine, warm. We'll drop back near 70 by morning. Plenty of sunshine throughout the day, mostly sunny skies. We're going to go through the 70s, 80s, near 90 by noon. Then I think most of us about 96 during the afternoon. So very hot, very humid once again. You can see everybody kind of about 95 to about 98, 99 degrees during the afternoon hours. Plus our heat indices are going to be up there. I think most of us, the way it actually feels to your skin, about 100 to 102, 103 once again as we head into tomorrow afternoon. Finally, some changes. Saturday, very similar. Hot, humid, thunderstorms to our north, but by Sunday, Father's Day, still going to be hot and humid, but by the evening hours, a cold front rolls in. Scattered showers and thunderstorms. Some of those could even pack a punch, maybe even a few low-grade severe storms. The front rolls through Sunday night, leftover showers Monday morning, but then Monday afternoon looks great. Tuesday looks great. We're going to see temperatures much more comfortable than what we have been seeing the past couple days. 96 tomorrow, 95s over the weekend, and then a high of only 81 on Monday. Overnight lows into the 50s for a couple nights. We'll start to warm back up late next week, but at least we get 2, 3, 4 days of relief.
Yeah, it's going to feel great.
Yeah, really. It really will.
Thanks, Doug. Hey, some folks brave the heat to visit Third Thursday in Joplin right now. This is a live look from downtown Joplin. The monthly event invites visitors to check out local artisans, food, and music. This month, also a car show. We're going to have more on that car show for you tonight at 10. In Commerce, Oklahoma, the 10th Annual Commerce Days Festival is underway. This is also a live look, this time from Commerce. Features a carnival, arts and crafts, and food vendors. Saturday, the real fun begins with land turtle races, toad races, and water frog races. There'll also be a treasure hunt that begins at 1 p.m. Still ahead, the hot weather is taking a toll on Kansas livestock. We're going to hear how some ranchers are helping their cattle escape the heat. Ranchers are hard at work this week trying to get their livestock some relief from the heat. Reporter Grant DeMars talked to ranchers from south central Kansas who tell them there's only so much they can do when it's this hot.
From one extreme to the other. Just a few months ago, Kansas ranchers were fighting to keep calves safe from sub-freezing temperatures.
That winter storm we had this year was the worst one I've ever been through.
Now, they're working to keep them cool. It's temperatures near the hundreds.
You know, it's pick your poison. Either extreme is not good.
The heat and humidity isn't uncommon, but ranchers say it's here earlier than usual.
Usually you see it in late June, maybe in the first part of July, these extreme heat.
He says right now, keeping cattle hydrated is more important than ever.
So a 1,000-pound cow, would drink 40 gallons of water minimum a day. And you can almost double that or put a big extension on it if they're wet, and which means if they're nursing a calf.
Other than that, there's not much ranchers can do but provide shade in ponds or creeks. One of the biggest challenges that comes with this heat is flies. Ranchers just can't keep them off of their cattle.
You'll see the animals grouped up in a herd, stomping flies, tails switching.
While sprays and tags can provide some temporary relief, prices have spiked this year.
The fly spray and fly tags are higher this year in cost. And so that's just one more cost for farmers and ranchers.
With even higher temperatures in the forecast, ranchers say they'll keep doing whatever they can to provide some relief for these animals.
Final check on the weather is next. Take time now to honor a local veteran. Philip Frederick served in the U.S. Army. His hometown, Fort Scott, Kansas. And we are proud to salute Philip Frederick. He's tonight's four-state hero. Now tonight's KOAM News Now Instapoll. President Biden today signed into law a bill to make June 19th or Juneteenth a federal holiday. Juneteenth commemorates June 19th of 1865. That's when Union soldiers brought the news of freedom to enslaved black people in Galveston, Texas, 2 months after the Confederacy surrendered. Tonight, we're asking, how do you feel about the creation of a federal holiday commemorating the end of slavery in the U.S.? Do you support it or do you oppose it? At this point, a slight majority oppose. You can participate in the poll. KOAMnewsnow.com/vote or through the KOAM News Now mobile app. Results are updated live, and we're going to have final results tonight at 10. Jordan Abbey joins us now with a look at what's coming up tonight on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14.
Tonight at 9, going to check out the Route 66 Hot Rod Mayhem in Joplin. Also, the U.S. Supreme Court delivers 2 major rulings on Obamacare and religious freedom. And the unique continuous friendship between a man and a pigeon. That, of course, much more coming your way tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14.
Jordan, thanks. Rap icon Dr. Dre and music industry mogul Jimmy Iovine are opening a new school in California. The two announced that Regional High School #1 will open in South LA next year. The name is expected to change. For now, up to 124 students will be enrolled. That'll expand to 250 eventually. Dre and Iovine are teaming up with the Los Angeles Unified School District for the school. According to the district, the school will train the next generation of young leaders, innovators, and entrepreneurs. It's not Dre and Iovine's first school together. They also founded the Jimmy Iovine and Andre Young Academy at the University of Southern California. Right now, if you're going to be out, please stay hydrated if you can. You really want to stay in because it's hot out there.
It is, and it's going to stay on the hot side, at least over the next couple days. 96 tomorrow. We're going to have heat indices right around 103, 104 degrees. 95 Saturday, 95 on Sunday. Then we get a cold front that comes in. This is going to greatly help us out. Temperatures back down near 80 on Monday and Tuesday, and then warming up through next week. But yeah, it's that time of the year you want to kind of stay inside, especially during the middle of the afternoon into the early evening.
It's going to stay this way for a while. It's a shame to see it come this early.
I know.
Always expect.
Bad news.
Yes, it is. Thanks for joining us. We will see you right back here at 10. For now, we're going to leave you with one last look from Third Thursday in downtown Joplin. Let's take care of ourselves and each other, and let's make it a great evening.